The first item on the agenda is to note that we have a quorum. And let's move forward to the approval of the minutes from the December 18th, 2020 meeting. Those have all been provided to you. Are there any modifications or changes to those minutes?
None.
Hearing none, can I get a motion to approve the minutes from the December 18th meeting, please?
Dick, so moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? Okay, thank you. There are no reports of committees. Tom, have there been any communications?
No.
Okay, thank you. Can we move to planning board update, please? Rob?
Sure. You don't. Would you mind if I shared my screen?
No,
Frank?
go ahead.
Okay. I think you need to stop. Okay. Let's try that. Okay. So are you seeing this aerial photo here?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So starting with the planning board updates, the planning board and the development planning committee have seen much activity in the Route 9W corridor area of our town across from Walmart and Lowe's. And so that is this area here. Just to orient you, here is Route 9W. You have the Bethlehem Town Center 2 property, Panera, Staples, PetSmart, and then you have Lowe's and Walmart. And so we've seen some recent development proposals starting up here on this first piece of property just on Chamberlain Street. There's a proposal for 80,000 square feet of self-storage facility comprised in a 4-story building. So the planning board has seen a proposal on that. 4 stories was of a big concern to them, somewhat out of context with that area. And so they've asked the applicant to further refine that plan to put that proposal of a building into more of a compatible scale with the surrounding area. One of the adjacent buildings next to this site is the PIA building, if folks are familiar with that area. Moving further down to the south, we have this property here, property owned by John Vanderpool. They reside across the street, across 9W over here. The proposal here is for a 7-Zox nursery and landscape supply business. 7-Zox currently has a business down on the southern part of Route 9W, and they'd be relocating to a much larger parcel, expanding to fit more supply and more inventory. Directly adjacent to this parcel, there is a proposal on this piece here, right at the traffic signal, for a Route 9W plaza. So essentially a shopping plaza here, which would consist of 15,700 square feet of commercial space. And that would include two restaurants with drive-throughs, a bank, and medical office and additional retail space. And then moving further down in that same area on the petrol site, there is a proposal for additional commercial retail, a 23,000 square foot supermarket, as well as a restaurant, and then another retail space on this site. And so one of the key items the planning board is looking at is interparcel connections within all these parcels. So if you can see on this side of the road, and as I'm sure most of us frequent these businesses here, you enter these businesses from 2 traffic signals. You have the traffic signal over here, and then you have the southern traffic signal over here. And you can stay off of 9W simply by traveling through the roads within these parcels. There are interparcel agreements and easements that allow you to travel back and forth without having to utilize 9W until you want to leave that area of the town. And so what we're looking to do is follow the same model. Have a road come in that curves around and comes up to this traffic signal. What this does is this removes and avoids all the turning movement conflicts that you get when you have commercial driveways spanning a roadway like 9W. Folks can travel to the signal, wait for the light to turn green, and then make their movement. And they can also make multiple trips outside of 9W and travel through interparcel connection. So a portion of this you can see it starting here where there's somewhat of a right-of-way shown here. And then we're also looking to connect this northern parcel with another access coming through here. So much coordination will have to be done with planning staff and the planning department along with these property owners, but they are all well aware of it, and we've heard some good positive we've had some good positive discussions so far as we have started to review these applications. So in early 2021, we're seeing much activity along Route 9W. Any questions on those items?
So are those two different developers, Rob, for the two parcels, or so they're all one large development? Yeah, two parcels, and yes, those two there.
Yeah, these are two separate owners, two separate developers. Okay. Yep. Yeah, Tom Burke is involved in this parcel here. Sevenzox and Vanderpool are involved in this parcel up here, and then the Gordon development is involved in the petrol site. Nelson is the owner, the petrol site here. And no proposals on this property here, but as these develop, I'm sure this one will be next.
Hmm. And how would that change anything with the planned roundabout?
So the roundabout is all the way down here.
Yeah.
When we designed the roundabout and looked at future traffic growth, it took into account any potential traffic growth along Route 9W, and the roundabout will be able to accommodate that traffic growth. Some of when you look at these retail establishments, some of that growth, some of those trips that are generated are not entirely new trips on the system. It's what's called pass-by trips. So folks who are already on the roadway simply get off the roadway, make a stop, and then get back on the roadway. Some of it is new trips, but for the most part, there is a what's called a pass-by trip generation. So the roundabout, is going to be able to accommodate future traffic growth. It's something that all these roadway construction projects anticipate for future growth and development.
So Rob, I guess from what you've explained, there really isn't any development there that would come through the IDA.
Correct. That's the caveat I should have started off and mentioning. Right. This is all commercial developments, but nevertheless, I think it's important for the IDA to just hear about.
Oh yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anything else, Rob?
Yeah. Moving on to, if I can just kind of piggyback onto the second agenda item. The comprehensive plan update continues in the community profile phase. Related to the IDA, we are in the midst of establishing a few economic development focus groups to help understand economic development in the town, issues and needs. And so we'll be looking to set up focus groups related to retail, storefront, small business type focus groups, really hear from that sector of our town. Also a larger business focus group, perhaps speaking with folks from Sabic, Owens Corning, Farm Family, those types of larger businesses. And then also agricultural businesses, looking to really get a good understanding of agriculture in our community and what potential barriers exist and how the town can help support agriculture as a business in our community. And then looking to also set up one-on-one conversations with the Chamber of Commerce, Center for Economic Growth, Albany County. They have a new economic development coordinator. So it'd be good to have conversations with them to help feed the inventory within the comprehensive plan update. And we expect these to occur in late February, early March.
Victoria, did you want to?
Yeah, Rob, what's your perspective on how the information gathered from the comprehensive plan so far fits with the proposed new commercial developments up on Route 9? I do note particularly that there is a grocery store very close to what's coming in and other retail developments. So I'm interested to hear from the comprehensive plan perspective how all of this fits together.
Well, I think some of the initial results we've seen from the survey are that folks are looking for services. They are looking for services that they can get to in the community without having to travel outside the community. So those services from a grocery store or retail or restaurants, I think certainly help to support that initial feedback that we're seeing from the survey.
Okay, that's good to hear. Thank you.
Anything else, Rob?
That's all.
Okay. Let's move on to the financial statements. Al?
Okay, you've got the financial statements for the December 31st, 2020, the year-end statement. The statement of net assets, the cash account balance was $421,184.21. Other current assets, we had a fee receivable of $8,741.38. That represents the estimated last 2 months of the PSEG reimbursement. So our total assets are $429,925.59. Liabilities, we had accrued expenses of $1,089.83. $1,000 of that was 2 PPE grants that were made in December but not funded until just recently. And the rest of that is a small adjustment due to the town when they reconciled the year-end employee benefits account. So our total current liabilities are $1,089.83, leaving us with net assets of $428,835.76. For the income statement for the year, total fee income was $21,743.35. We did have some fee income recognized in December related to one of the Vista projects having a change. Our PSEG energy reimbursement was $46,201.12. Total income $67,944.47. On the expense side, salaries and wages were $24,284. Contractual expenses $70,455.61. Employee benefits $65,1847. So our year-to-date, our year-end deficit was $33,315.65, and then we throw in interest income $28,2770, and the grants that we did for 2020 of $65,2877, leaving us with a net for the year of $37,014.72 deficit. We compare that to the budget. You can see that our income actually was ahead of budget on both fee income and the PSEG, and that's because when we revisited the budget in May, we took very, very, very cautious approaches to our income, so we were somewhat pleasantly surprised by the change in the numbers towards the end of the year. On the expense side, salaries, of course, are on budget. Contractual expenses are under budget. We always have a little bit of excess for that contractual expense line, just in case there's a year-end legal fee or something, so that's not unusual. And employee benefits came in under, and that's a result of the change in the pay. So year-to-date, we actually did about $12,700 better than the revised budget that we did, but that budget revision in May was definitely super cautious. Are there any questions on the statements?
Okay, hearing none. Thank you, Al. With regard to the timing of the audit, is everything going along as a similar schedule from last year?
I believe so. Due to the COVID concerns, the auditors from CUSAC really did not want to go out of their office if they didn't have to. So I delivered our records in a file to them on Monday. And the week before, I had sent them an electronic copy of our general ledger file. So they're moving right along. And I think, I can't speak for John, but I think they're pretty close to finishing up. I saw a draft of the statements the other day, and we're just tweaking out the disclosures and the MMA and everything like that.
Okay.
Or MBA, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
MA.
All right.
That's a different
I wanted to make sure that we were on a similar schedule to be able to meet the requirements of getting everything filed on time to, by the end of March.
I believe we are. We seem to be.
That's great. Okay. Let's move to, there were no applications for the grant program that we have to deal with at the meeting today. So we can move on to the 2020 operations and accomplishments. Tom, I think you're going to take us through this?
Yes, I'm going to take this. We're in our period of filing annual reports, as you can tell from the reference to the audit report. We'll have the Paris report soon. This 2020 operations and accomplishments is a annual report required by the Public Authorities Accountability Act. It summarizes the projects and the activities engaged in by the agency in 2020. It's posted on our website. I need a resolution approving the report that's in your packet.
Are there any changes or modifications or questions that any of the members have with regard to this report? Hearing none, can I get a motion to approve the 2020 operations and accomplishments report?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second, this is Victoria.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, thank you. Next, we're going to move on to the annual project questionnaires. That's you, Al. How's that going?
That's good. We mailed them out the last week of December 2020, and we received, I believe, 4 or 5 responses. I know we received one email from one of the questionnaires just the other day, so I know they have them. The usual suspects came in very early, as they always do, and there's the usual suspects that I think I have to start prodding in the next week or so to get their response, but everything seems to be on target for that.
Okay. How about the annual administrative fees?
The bills went out for the administrative fees the first business day of the new year. And the other day, I stopped at Town Hall and picked up a couple of the checks that have came in. Once again, it's the same people that always respond promptly for anything we do with them. So that's in process, and I would expect we would have all of the fees collected by the first week of February.
Okay, great. Next item is, it's the board evaluation reminder.
Just a reminder.
No. Any other business to come before the IDA board today? Okay, hearing none. A reminder, we have 2 meetings, the annual meeting and the regular meeting on Friday, February 26th. The annual meeting is where we do all the appointments of various officers and banking and so on. And then the regular meeting is the regular meeting. Those are both going to be on Friday, February 26th. For those of you who are on the audit committee, we've got an audit committee meeting that will take place right after this meeting. I did note that Tim McCann was on, and I wanted to let everybody know that Tim has submitted a resignation from the IDA board, and I want to thank him for his service. I appreciate all the time and effort that he put in to helping us make decisions and giving us feedback on a variety of different things. So thanks, Tim, for being part of the IDA board. I know you're part of the audit committee, so hopefully you can stay on and be part of the audit committee meeting that's going to follow.
Of course. Yeah, and thank you so much, Frank. It's been a great experience, and it was a pleasure to serve the town through this role. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
Can I get a motion to adjourn the regular meeting?
So moved, Tim.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, everybody. See you next month. For those people who are on the audit committee meeting, why don't you stay on the meeting, please?